What it is, YouTube? Is your boy Nixie coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. Okay, so now we go into the next episode, which is gonna be how we did the background vocals and the stacks. All right. So I know, especially with African music, you know, especially like just in general, Afro beats and stuff, they have these huge, dope vocal chants that I love a lot. So let's go over, you know, how I was able to try to get that sound. Okay. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and check the links, you know, check, you know, the mastering presets and the vocal presets and all that stuff like that. And of course, we gonna drop these gems regardless. So let's get to it right now.
Hey yo, baby, where you at?
I've been calling from 5 a.m. in the morning. I got this feeling. I know you know, don't explain it. The time is now. You've been lost, but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost, but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. Don't make me wait. 1, 2, 3 short shots. I got us up. Got the one, the pressure, just bring the chaser. 1, 2, 3 short shots. I got us slow, whiny, tender, most. The time is now, let's have some fun. The time is now. You've been lost, but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost, but I found you. There's nothing to.
All right, really dope. So you hear definitely, you know, because she's a female singer, you know, her vocal kind of does need some support at certain patches of the song. And that's what I really like about the harmonies. Now with the harmonies, I wasn't trying to be like a circus and be all over the top. And, you know, I don't want the harmonies to be a distraction from the lead vocal. In some songs, you might want that, where the harmony is just so fucking amazing that you want it to be super loud and super big and super distracting. And then other times on certain songs, you might want it to be like that subtle, you know, that subtle little brother, that subtle little thief. You feel me? That creep in the night that's posted up around the corner. You feel me? Just creeping. You feel me? Right underneath type shit like that, you know? So that's what we was going with on this song specifically. So of course, you know, I know some people gonna be like, you ain't show us the routing. You ain't show us the routing. How do I know what's supposed to be going on? You haven't showed us the routing. Brother, fucking routing doesn't matter, bro. You do your own damn routing when you mix a song, bro. I'm just showing you what you need to know to apply this shit to your own stuff. Don't be trying to copy no other mixers routing, because your routing is like something that's individually like how you like it. Only you like to tie your shoelaces a certain way. Maybe you might like tying them loose. Maybe you might tying them tight. You feel me? Maybe you might tying them with a bow. You feel me? You know how you like your shoes tied, my nigga. So, you know, don't worry about how the next person tie their shoes. Don't worry about nobody routing. You feel me? So yeah, most importantly is my routing. My background vocals are at the goddamn bottom of the session, all right? So yeah, they're all together. As I'm doing my background vocals, you know, on the rough mix, bruh, she had a bunch of different background vocals all over the place. So I only pick what I like. You feel me? And even when somebody sends me a song to mix, I still do this. Like I kind of pick what I like. Now I'm not gonna jack and take all the background vocals out, but of course you want to let that bit breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Just like how you need oxygen to breathe and live, the song needs oxygen and it needs to breathe to breathe life into the music. You feel me? It's the same shit, bruh. So, you know, you might have some people, I tell the artists when they're recording, man, do as many background vocals as you want. Because I know as an engineer, I'm going to pick and choose what I like. So that's the very first thing to know, pre-processing, you feel me? You know, there's some shit I faded in and out. You know, if I wanted to make it longer or shorter, there's some shit if I didn't like it, I feel like it was doing too much, I took it out. And as the song is going on, if there's a cool ass ad lib, is a cool ass ad lib. You feel me? Like we got some cool ass ad libs. Man, I'm gonna mute the background vocals. So that's some important to understand, that background vocals are a tool. They a mentality. You feel me? They're just a piece of candy, just like an ad lib too. You know, and it depends on how you wanna, you know, roll out this piece of candy. You feel me? How you wanna roll out the dessert first, or the chicken, or the appetizer first. All right, boom. The auto tune is waves tune. Same shit with the same settings, same shit, different smell. All right. And it's going to this background vocal stack. You feel me? As the background vocals are ganging up all together, and there are a bunch of, you know, people that's all in the same squad, you know, like 100 clowns inside of a small clown car, there is going to be a situation where the transients start to poke out, where they start to jump out. Sometimes that might be a good sound, but for the most part, it's kind of better if you have smooth background vocals, you know, where your lead vocal is dynamic, it has the spikes and energy, it has the transients coming out, and the background vocals have less transients. That also establishes distance too. You feel me? Your background vocal has more transients. You hear more of the initial, the click and clop that makes the vocal sound forward, and the background vocals have less transients, so that makes them sound more back. That's how your ear perceives distance. Okay, so boom. Faraday limiter is knocking off a couple dBs to flatten out these background vocals and to get them to sound smooth.
Time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. Don't keep me waiting.
So it pretty much, you know, it's like if you had clean laundry, this limiter is ironing out the shirt. It's straightening it and making it flat. Then we wrote off a bunch of bottom. We don't need that shit. And we wrote off just a little bit of top end. For the most part, I want the top end because I want the background vocals to have clarity. If I was to roll it all off, it would sound like just another ad lib or radio effect. And I have ad libs with the radio effect here. So to not make it redundant, I don't roll off too much top end. I only roll off just a little. And sometimes what I'll do too, and y'all know me for this, is I'll just be like, man, fuck it. I'll just do a shelf, you know, because the shelf reduces the high end without completely taking it off. So, you know, it's either these two things, a filter at the top or a shelf. So imagine a shelf to be like a light switch where it's dimming down the light and making it a little bit darker. And the shelf and the filter is just like turning off the light switch completely. Now it's just completely darker. All that top end is gone. We had TDR Nova. You could do this with any other multiband compressor, fab filter, whatever. And this is just a multiband compressor. So when all the motherfuckers are building up in the mid-range, we control it. All right? As I bypassed the plugin and did some foolishness, imagine that without this plugin, it's all over the place. It's just fucking crazy. It's not controlled. It doesn't sound mainstream. It doesn't sit back into the mix. It doesn't sound like one wall of smoothness. All right, one wall of smooth, sweet candy that we want. That's where a multi-band compressor comes in important when you're stacking up vocals, you feel me? And all of these stacks are great because they're all bringing different, one is high, one is a little low, one is a little. If I had a situation where the stacks were redundant, I would start taking them out. So that's something to know too. So like a super, super big multi-band cut, you could do it with C6, you could do it whatever you want. But multi-band, it just controls that wall of sound.
Time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove.
So I was kind of strategic, giving them the woo, woo, woo again later on in the song, but at a super low volume, so now they feel it. Right? And then the ad-libs are kind of taking over, which we will go over in the next song. So those are some strategic things you can do with background vocals to spice them up. Rather than like they already know we have the woo woo woo. We already know that. You feel me? Like let's switch it up. You know, let's switch up the sneakers. Let's switch up the jeans and the shirt. Let's give them a new style, a new outfit. You feel me? In a different part of the song, so it doesn't feel like a redundant loop. All right. Then after that, we're using the Valhalla Uber mod. We're using the Uber mod to bring in some chorus. And I like the chorus because pretty much it washes away the background vocals, helping them blend into the song even more. But because they have modulation, just a little bit of modulation, it helps it still have that movement. Because the TDR Nova, the multiband, is gonna hold it and make it feel a little stagnant. But we still want the background vocals to still have that little bit of that belly dancer, that wiggle to that motherfucker. So that's why we use a little bit of chorusing effect.
Time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. But I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to. Time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove. The time is now. You've been lost but I found you. There's nothing to hide, I can prove.
Great thing about it too is that chorus effects also adds width. So the even if you use a regular chorus, not even Uber mod, it will make it sound wider. You know, that's what a chorus is pretty much a delay. A doubler, which is another tool for widening, is also a delay too, but just the timing and the modulation is different. So let's for the people who don't know how to hear, let's bypass it in and out on this. So at that point, we're talking movement. We're talking belly dancer. We're talking that snake coming out because of the flute and just, you feel me? Type shit like that, you know? It gives it that wobble from side to side. All right, so after that, we have the Valhalla. And I used a different reverb on the background vocals, the background vocal stacks to separate it from the lead vocal. So the lead vocal has its own ambience, which is, you know, we'll talk about that in the next episodes, I think. And then the background vocals, which is the stacks, have their own reverb type shit. All right. And they got this Valhalla Cathedral. All right. And it's on Modern now.
Hey yo, wavy, where you at?
I've been called.
So quick tip, as I'm setting my reverb, I do it like this. I put it on 100% and I'm picking the time. I'm just listening. I got it on 100%. And then I fuck around with the settings. Then I blend that shit back and I ended up at 27. I still want them to be relatively dry so they sound dense. You know, I don't want them to fade away too much because I've already done the chorus and all this other shit to push it back already. The reverb is another thing that will push it back even more. So I'm thinking about that in my head type shit. That's something to know. And then we have oxide tape. The oxide tape comes in last minute, adds some more character to the background vocals and also the reverb as well. So yeah, that's what we did. And this just adds a different flavor of saturation.
Just bring the chaser. 1, 2, 3 short shots. I got a slow whiny tend up. Got the one, the pressure. Just bring the chaser. 1, 2, 3 short shots. I got the one, the pressure. Just bring the chaser. 1, 2, 3 short shots. I got a slow whiny.
Now the reverb becomes even more audible because now there's more saturation on it. You know, now there's a little bit of hot sauce on that motherfucker. Now you can really taste how good the wings are. So yeah, this is a background vocal. I just ripped it off and put it right here and made it a little bit louder so it would sound different from the rest of the background vocals. So that's, you know, that's what we will do. Sometimes we'll take some from the background vocals and we'll turn it into an ad lib. All right, so that's pretty much the end of the video here today. Okay, so this is the second episode. Next episode, you know, we're gonna go over that too. Just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all like these type of videos, let me know down below, bro. I love this full mix breakdown broken up in episodes. Like, bro, fuck yes. All right, and I'll keep doing it. If y'all want to support the channel, you know what to do down below. We still gonna keep coming with them gems though. And I'll see you in the next episode. All right, appreciate y'all now. Peace.